Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this makeup look today. I decided to sit down and play with the new eyeshadow palette that Moira Beauty just launched. This right here is the Written in the Stars palette. This is actually a part of their Getaway series. So here's what the eyeshadow palette looks like right here. So beautiful, and when you go ahead and open it up, this is what she looks like. So definitely a super unique color story, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with this palette when I opened it up, but this is the look that I created. I wanted to do something fun, a really pretty cut crease, and also play with a few gems for today's eye look. So that's exactly what I did. By the time you guys see this video, this collection should be available to purchase, so I'll go ahead and link it down below for you guys. And yeah, so I'm going to be showing you guys this look today. We're using a ton of new product in today's video, as well as one of the new Moira Beauty Lucky Chance blushes, which I'm super excited about. So don't forget, down below in the comments, let me know what you guys think about today's look. I think it's so pretty. Okay, it did take a lot of time, a lot of effort, but the end result is amazing. So before we jump into today's video, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys have not already. And of course, without further ado, if you guys would like to see how I created this makeup look today, then just keep on watching. Alright you guys, let's go ahead and get into today's eye look. So here's one eye completed, and that is what we're going to be doing on this eye. So let's get right into it. I'm going to be using the P.LOUISE base in the shade Rumor 2.5. You guys know this is my favorite base ever, especially when it comes to working with colorful shadows. This base is going to be your best friend. So I like to apply it to my entire lid in little tiny dots, and then I go in with a domed brush like this just to make sure it's nice and blended. So moving on to the Moira Written in the Stars palette. Again, this is from their new Getaway series. It's so gorgeous. I had to show you guys it up close. So the first shade I'm going to be using is the shade Forever, which is a beautiful purple. It was so stunning. As soon as I opened this palette, my eyes went straight to that purple. It's so pretty. It has a nice like kind of purpley pinkish undertone when you apply it to the crease. It's gorgeous. So as per usual, I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my crease and pack it on as much as I can to get it to its full intensity, okay? You want to take your time, you want to build it up, and when you get towards the outer portion of the eye, you do want to make sure you're just winging it out just a little bit towards the detail of your brow. Then I am going to go into the shade Into the Wind, which is like the light lilac shade, and I'm going to take that on a smaller brush, and I'm just going to go in and kind of just diffuse that harsh edge that I created with the first deep purple. And I am working in sections, as you guys can see, so that way I can get everything as nice and blended as possible. So I did need a little bit of definition, so I'm going in with the shade In the Moment, which is actually a brown eyeshadow. I wasn't sure if this was gonna work, but you know what? The makeup gods were on my side because it worked perfectly, and it worked for exactly what I needed it to do, which was give me a little bit of definition. So I added that into the crease as well, and then I am gonna go back in with every single shade again, just to make sure everything is really nice and blended. So I'm taking this fluffy brush from Made by Mitchell, and I'm going back into the shade Forever. So since I'm using more of a fluffier brush, it's gonna pack on the color, but it's not gonna pack it on as intense as it would using a tighter, smaller brush like the one I used in the beginning of the tutorial. Then I'm also gonna take another fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go back in with the shade Into the Wind, which is that beautiful lilac. And like I said, now I'm just going back in with each shade. I kind of laid everything down. I know exactly where I want everything to go. Now I'm just building and blending and building and blending. And once I was happy with my blend, this is what it looked like. So I went off camera and I did go ahead and cut my crease. Here's what the crease looks like, nice and cut. And then we're gonna start to do this liner. Now I struggled with this liner getting it on camera because I get super close to the mirror, but the liner that I'm using is the Made by Mitchell Graphic Ink Liner in the shade Sugar Rush. So beautiful, one of the best formulas out there, hands down. It doesn't crack, and you can layer it as many times as you'd like. So for the outer corner of the eye, I'm going to go back in with the shade Forever, and this can be done super messily, just like you guys see how I'm doing it here. You don't need to be too precise with this because you can clean it up since you don't have any foundation on yet. So I'm first going in with the shade Forever, then I did go back in with the shade In the Moment, which is that brown to give it that really nice deep kind of plum color, and then I'm also going to go back into the shade Into the Wind. Now I wanted to add on another shade, which is the shade called the Bucket List, which is that beautiful chartreuse shade in the palette, and I used it on the other side as well. It's not something you can really see that much, but I just wanted to use an extra color, so I did apply that. And then I went back in and just connected the outer portion of that liner to the outer corner of my eye. Again, I didn't get it on camera, so I apologize, but that is the look. And then I decided that this look needed a little extra pizzazz, so I got these rhinestones off Amazon. If you guys want to get rhinestones, get them off Amazon. You can get a whole pack for super cheap, but I got these on Amazon and I decided to add some, and I also did go back in and kind of perfect the crease a little bit. That's what I was doing there, and this was a little bit of a struggle. So I actually heard from one of you guys that you can actually get self-adhesive rhinestones where they already have like the sticky part on the back of it, so you don't have to add glue. So I did struggle, and the camera was a little bit out of focus here and there because I was super close to the mirror, but this is what I did to the outer corner of the eye. I added 3 little rhinestones, and then I added the ones in the inner portion of the eye. So you could have left it as is without any rhinestones. It was a beautiful look, but I felt like with the rhinestones it just took the look to a whole nother level, and it's just so beautiful and they're so much fun to play with. So I decided, why not? So now I'm doing the inner part of the eye. Again, this is personal preference. Depending on your eye shape, you can apply your rhinestones however you'd like or in whatever shape you'd like, but I felt like this was the most flattering for today's look. So here's what they look like. I'm just patting them down, making sure they're nice and secure, and I did go ahead and add my lashes off camera. So let's go ahead and move on to the face makeup. So I'm going to be using the Supercharged Dewy Primer from Milani. I love this primer, it's amazing. It gives my skin a really nice, beautiful glow, and it kind of also feels like a second moisturizer. And then for foundation, I'm going in with the Complete Wear foundation from Moira Beauty. I've talked about this foundation so much. It is so good. If you're looking for a new foundation that's full coverage, not heavy, and it just looks beautiful on your skin, try this out. Even if you need something for your kit, this one is bomb. For cream bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Made by Mitchell cream bronzer. This one I believe is in the shade Shady Business. I'm going to go ahead and leave everything down below, of course, and I'm just going to blend it out with my Fenty Beauty face brush. My absolute fave. These two are like a match made in heaven. I love it. And then for concealer, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Magic Touch Concealer. You guys, this concealer is so freaking good. I can't even take it. Like, it's so good. I use mine in the shade 9 if you're interested. It blends effortlessly and the coverage is insane. If you haven't tried it, girl, literally everybody that talks about this concealer says nothing but good things, so try it. For powder, I'm going to go in with the Collab Set the Stage powder, and I am going to go ahead and take this powder puff from Makeup Forever. I get a lot of questions about this powder puff, and it comes with the new Makeup Forever Ultra HD Loose Powder. It comes inside with the powder in the box, so I'm not sure if you can purchase this separate, but that's how I got mine. Then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my skin. This foundation is so beautiful, and it's nice and smoothing and not heavy, so it's giving me a little bit extra coverage, but it still looks beautiful on the skin. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with the MAC bronzer in the shade Dark Tan. I haven't used this in a minute. This used to be my absolute favorite, and I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe brush to apply this and just give myself a nice little bronze. And then for blush, I'm going to go in with the new Moira Beauty Lucky Chance blush in the shade Mia Rose. Now, the way you guys saw how pigmented it was in the pan, you can definitely build it up to that color, but with the light hand, it is such a beautiful blush, and I absolutely love it. So moving on to the waterline, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Killer Liner in the shade Killer Cashmere. This is my favorite nude liner for the waterline as far as high-end goes. And then for eyeshadow, I'm going in with a flat definer brush, and I'm first going into the shade Forever, and I'm packing it on at first, but then I'm also going to take a fluffier brush and add a little bit more of that purple shade. And then I did go in with the shade Into the Wind as well as In the Moment to make it nice and intense. For my inner corner, I decided to go in with the shade Let's Go, which is a beautiful pale pink. And then of course, to finish it off, I did go in with my MAC Giga Black Lash Mascara. the perfect lower lash mascara. It's amazing. For highlight, I decided to go in with the Makeup Forever. This is the Pro Light Fusion highlighter in 02. I forgot how much I love this highlight. It is so beautiful and it really melts into the skin. But I always like to go back in with my blush brush with no additional product, just to make sure everything looks really nice and blended and everything just meshes together really well. So that's basically it for the face makeup. For the lips, I went in with my KKW lip liner in nude number 2, as well as the NYX lipstick in a la mode, I think it's pronounced. And then in the center here, I'm using the Sephora lip cream in the shade 32. Such a beautiful lip cream, and it's the perfect shade to lighten up any lip combo. I'm obsessed. And then I decided to go in with a gloss. So I'm going in with the Buxom Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Dolly. It has a little bit of a purpley undertone, so it was perfect for today's look. And then that is basically it. The lips are done, which means this look is complete. Here's a close-up of the eyes. What do you guys think? I think the rhinestones and the liner really brought the look together. The shadows blended effortlessly, and I am honestly obsessed. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's makeup look. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.